Ooh, what's up, everybody? And hey, we got a few reviews we need to get through, okay? And we're gonna start off with Battleground first, really, before I get into Raw and SmackDown, because I got a lot to say about Raw and SmackDown also. But as we kicked off Battleground tonight, Charlotte and Dana Brooke went against Sasha Banks and a partner of her choosing, which was Bayley, who got a huge pop when she came out and was glad to see. And it was a great way to kick off the show with Sasha and Bayley picking up the win. So I think it was just a one-time thing for Bayley to be called up. Well, she technically wasn't called up from the NXT roster. She'll still be on NXT, so I don't know if they're going to bring her up to the main roster yet. But to have her tag with Sasha to go against Charlotte and Dana was really great to see Bayley on a pay-per-view for once. And it was just cool to see, Bayley on, I guess here instead of NXT. New Day went against the Wyatts, which this match was okay in a way, even though it was cool and Woods had got over his fear of Wyatts, but the Wyatts still won. And my God, Big E's got to be careful doing that spear through the ropes, because one day that dude's really gonna hurt his head or injure himself badly. He landed hard on his head. He's got to be more careful when he does that. It was an okay match with both of those, really, but you know, with some of the Wyatts going to SmackDown and Strowman to Raw, and the New Day is just on Raw. We'll see who faces them for the tag titles. A match that sucked tonight was Rusev versus Zack Ryder, which no one knew. Well, no one really thinks Zack Ryder was gonna win, really, and the crowd wasn't up for it. And when Mojo Rawley came out after Rusev won, pretty much Rusev just looked at him like, what is this and everything. He just kept a straight face, and Mojo was flipping out, which Mojo got no reaction. No one was not even excited to see him on TV. I don't give a crap about the Hype Bros, really. I didn't think they're really that good on NXT, and I don't know why Mojo was even brought up. And Zack Ryder was never winning that title. He was never winning that title. I don't care if he comes out in Sting's 1980s American jacket right there. It's not working. Let's get on to the best match of the night. I'll put in a match of the year. Canadori also was Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, which was insane. I thought Zayn hurt himself when he does that moonsault and everything. Moonsault and stuff, because he usually hurts himself a little at that time when he does that. But well, he really did hurt his shoulder, I thought, but he was good. And this match was just great, alright? I thought it was about to be the same finish from Payback, but this match was incredible. This was awesome, alright? Especially with Zayn doing the, pretty much the Helluva kick after he did the Exploder, and then knock Owens back into the turnbuckle, get him with a Helluva kick, and then when he fell on Zayn pretty much put him back up and gave him one more Helluva kick to end this feud, and it was a great freaking match, folks. I loved it. It was awesome. You can't even beat this. So no one was gonna beat this match right here. So I liked it. I don't know if this is gonna be the last time we see these two face each other, but this is one of these matches of the year categories since Nakamura and Zayn, and I really enjoyed that match too. So I'm glad we got to see something really great, and it was hard for this to follow, especially with the women, Natalya and Becky Lynch. Natalya getting a clean win, but like nobody cared. It was like a piss break match, really. People were so probably drained from the Zayn and Owens match. You didn't know what to do really with it. But that's one of those match of the year categories right there with both. With that match, Owens and Zayn. Another match that sucked tonight was The Miz versus Darren Young, which fans, I believe, started chanting boring. And the finish made no sense. It was flat. It's like, okay, so what's the disqualification for Miz pushing Bob Backlund to the ground, which is still in shape? And then, Young's doing a crossface chicken wing, but then it's like the bell just rang, and like and it wasn't even a double count out either, because because Young immediately got out of the ring to do the crossface. I'm like, that's it, that sucked. So I'm kind of glad they're separated now, because it was going nowhere. Darren Young was going nowhere with this. Miz wasn't going anywhere with this. So I don't know why he got a title shot already. Enzo and Cass brought the crowd back to life, and it was incredibly great. And what Enzo was saying, give him some advice. Don't wear Crocs. How you doing? Never make eye contact when eating a banana. How you doing? lie on your resume. How you doing? And taught Styles' haircut looked like a soccer mom, since it was going to be John Cena and Enzo and Cass versus the Club, AJ Styles and the Club, well, Gallows and Anderson, which all of them will be separated, so just the final time all these people will team together, since Styles is going to SmackDown and the Club's going to Raw and Cena's going to SmackDown and Enzo and Cass are going to Raw. But it was a brawl, it was a good match. Cena got the win on AJ, hitting the pin, and he took an FU and it was over. Chris Jericho came out for the highlight reel, which was a really great one with, you know, Orton out there. He was glad to be back. He was coming after Lesnar. And you guys go back all the way to OVW, and then he told him, yeah, Orton says, how much a big impact you made when you returned after 9 months and then faced Fandango. And then, lost that WrestleMania match. And Orton said, he's going to take me to Suplex City, but I'm going to take him to RKOville, pretty much. And he's going to go into Viperville. I mean, not RKOville, Viperville. And he's going to beat Brock Lesnar. No enhancements needed, as Jericho pretty much, I got a little comment from you. He says, it's from Lesnar himself. He's going to take him out, and he's going to rip his arm off and eat it for breakfast. And that Orton is a stupid idiot. And he said, that's Brock Lesnar's words, not mine. And pretty much Jericho says, you're not going to do a damn thing with RKO. After he told him to drink it in, man. And Orton was going to do it, but he didn't. But then Orton pretty much hit RKO, and it was great. And I kind of like how he hit him with that, no enhancements needed line right there. And let's get this one thing straight. And I want to address this right now with WWE and Brock Lesnar. And I think it's bullshit that they won't suspend him because of him taking those drugs over the whole USADA thing, and the USADA and UFC failing him for 2 tests. Because WWE wanted to give a statement and pretty much said, like, he is a part-timer, and it doesn't apply, so he's good. So it's kind of like, it tells you about the rest of the roster. Like, so what, all part-timers can take any drugs now to do what they want, and they can still wrestle, but the people that do actually in trouble with drugs, they got paid a punishment. And, I know we got on Reigns for what he took and everything, but even I think Lesnar should suffer the same fate at least. But then again, Brock Lesnar's barely here and stuff, and I guess what would the point of be suspended for 30 days if he's only going to be here, like, what, for big pay-per-views like SummerSlam and WrestleMania? Because it's like, you got to do something now. It makes the wellness policy look like a joke and everything. So he doesn't even have to take a wellness test because he's a part-timer? What does that tell the rest of the roster? Part-timers can get away with anything they like, I guess, now. And I think that's stupid. Some people think WWE is a little bit, punkish for not even, kind of, how can I say, doing something about it, really, because Brock Lesnar's a big main draw and everything. I think he should suffer he's a big main draw and stuff, so I guess they act like they need him for SummerSlam, because he's only like one of the big name draws, really. So I think it's stupid that WWE won't suspend him, and I think it's almost playing favoritism. It's like, well, okay, if we're gonna give Reigns so much crap, how can't we give him crap either? And I think UFC may suspend him or whatever. I don't know if they're ever gonna let him fight after taking those drugs. Come on, you got in trouble on the day of the fight. Like, let's be serious for a second here with this whole Brock Lesnar situation. And as we got to the main event, Foley, Steph, Shane, and Bryan came out, as it was a triple threat match: Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose for the WWE Championship. And pretty much it came on with Reigns. Of course, Reigns got booed, even though he had a beard. But the match was good. I'll give it that. It wasn't nothing great, but it was a good main event, especially with both Rollins and Ambrose putting Reigns through the announce table, and Dean Ambrose getting the dirty deeds on Reigns for the pin. So he got the win on him, and it was pretty good. I'll give it that, since he won the match and stuff. And pretty much SmackDown came up to celebrate. Bryan led with the yes chants. The Usos picked him up, which was kind of weird, because like, they get there on SmackDown, but his cousin, was on the ground and stuff. But it was a good main event. It was actually a really good pay-per-view. We'll give it that. If you're going to count match of the night, give it to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. No one was going to beat that match throughout the rest of the night. And some of the other matches are good. The most ones that sucked was Zack Ryder and Rusev and Ambrose and not Ambrose, I meant Darren Young and The Miz. Those are really horrible in my opinion. But overall, a pretty good pay-per-view. But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace.